Hello, welcome to my channel 25th and South. My name is Cece and today you're watching an apartment speed build. This is my very first apartment speed build here on the channel, and I decided to do the Karaoke Legends apartment since I recently did a makeover of them. So they do live in the fashion district in 701 Zenview, which is a two-story apartment. Originally, this build has 2 bedrooms, a living room, and a kitchen. I did change the layout. I moved all of the shared living space, so the kitchen and the living room, upstairs, because on the second level this build has a balcony, and I just thought it made more sense for shared spaces to have better access to the balcony. And then I also managed to put in 3 bedrooms. I have a bedroom upstairs that belongs to Darling, and 2 bedrooms downstairs that belong to Akira and Miko. Now, Akira is the only one that does not have windows in his bedroom. That's because the way the downstairs area is set up, if I tried to put a second bedroom where there were windows, it would basically be a closet with windows, and I wanted each sim to have enough space for a double bed. So he does not have windows, but I did give him a walk-in closet, sort of a compromise. If he doesn't get windows, then he gets the biggest closet space. But I really had a lot of fun with this build. So for those of you who have seen the makeover of the Sims in this apartment, I kind of grew their look up a bit, so I decided to kind of grow the apartment build up a bit. Also, I don't know if I mentioned there are 2 bathrooms, and honestly I can't remember if there are 2 bathrooms in the original one or not, but so yeah, I really wanted to sort of grow up this space a bit. As you can see, I'm just finishing up the floor plan and putting down lights so that I can see. Very important when trying to build. And I already worked on the kitchen, and so now I'm just working on the 2 bathrooms. So kind of going back in the kitchen, I did use the black cabinets and shelving from the base game, just because it's modern, it's very sophisticated, it's sleek. It's not, my favorite thing to use, but I just thought it really fit this build. Now I'm just working on the living room area, which I gave it a fireplace. It's a city living fireplace, and now I'm just putting down some furniture. I used a good mix of the Moschino stuff pack. City living and island living are the majority of what I use in this build. I didn't limit myself, but those 3 packs is where I used most, or what I used most of. So if you've got those 3 packs, you're going to be able to download the majority of this build, with a few exceptions. So I just got done with the living room. I just loved that palette, that sort of seafoam green and the kind of sort of salmon pink. And I liked, even though I think that couch from the Moschino stuff pack comes in a color that's more complementary to the carpet and the chairs that I put down, I just thought black and white is really cool, like contrast. In my mind, I view black and white as very neutral colors that can go with pretty much anything. And as you see, I just got done with the kitchen. I didn't want to put an island in the kitchen because I didn't want, I felt that the space would have been too tight, and I wanted to be able to put the dining table and chairs plus a little area for them to practice their music. As you can see, I'm putting down now. So in my makeover, I did make the Karaoke Legends, is what the household is called. I made them a band, so I wanted to have them to have some like practice space. So instead of putting a traditional island, I put down this console table and some bar stools, which they will sit at the bar stools and eat. They won't put their food down and eat like they would at a table or at a counter, but they'll sit there. Your Sims will sit and kind of hold their food while they eat there. So I put that down. Now I'm working on Darling's bedroom. Now, Darling, when you first get the game, she's a teenager. And so I wanted her room to feel like a teenager's room. I put her on the top floor because she has closer access to the kitchen. Plus, there's a bathroom up here that she doesn't have to share with Akira or Miko, which I thought was sort of a smart move. But as you can see, I'm not working too hard initially. As I've said before, I do like to just sort of put bigger items down first in all the rooms just to sort of figure out the layout. So rugs and couches or chairs or beds, and then I'll come back through and add detail. Now I'm working on Miko's bedroom, and I kind of imagine Miko probably comes from Sulani, and so I wanted her room to look like all the furniture and items that she might have gotten from Sulani, and I wanted to feel very beachy because I imagine she's probably more of a beach girl, not really a city girl in my sort of reinvention of her. Now I'm working on Akira's bedroom and his little space, his little hallway space here. When I changed Akira's sort of look, I made it very sort of black and white, so I decided to keep that black and white into his bedroom. Here I'm working on the sort of foyer, the hallway when you first walk in, and I put a little chair here. You can throw your shoes on, or sit your mail on that little table there, or just sort of a place to kind of adjust yourself a little bit before you walk out the door or while you come inside. Now I'm working on the balcony, and I really wanted the balcony to be a good entertainment space. Of course, I put down that karaoke machine because they are the Karaoke Legends, but I also decided to put down this sort of huge outdoor table because I imagine that they do host a lot of parties, and I just think that table, it's just so pretty. It's just so classic looking. I did put a little bench there from Island Living that I imagine they just sort of walk out on the balcony, have a little coffee. And here's where I start putting in details. So the first little detail I did was I put little wall lamps underneath the cabinets to kind of illuminate the counter space. And I put in these lighting, the ceiling lighting. I know it's green, but I just felt like all of these colors, even though you probably wouldn't think they go together, I just thought they would, and I think it looks really great. It's definitely a younger, fresher, hipper looking style, which they're young people and teenagers. So I put those amps down from Myshuno, and as you saw, I put the magazine clutter there. I love this painting and this swatch from the Myshuno stuff pack. It's my favorite out of all of the artwork that you get from that pack. I did sort of move it around. I didn't want them to have too much clutter in general, but especially on the walls. As you see, I put those art pieces, I believe they do come from City Living, on that wall next to the TV. I imagine that those have articles, or those are like article clippings from when they've been featured in magazines. As you see, it did take me a minute to figure out what to put on this wall because, like I said, I didn't really want to clutter the space up too much. In the end, I went with this City Living photo that I'm not really sure what it is. It looks like it's probably a little view from some sort of Zen balcony or something. And now I'm just kind of putting in some clutter in the kitchen. I decided, because there's not a whole lot of counter space, I didn't want to add any like microwave or I didn't want to add a microwave or coffee maker or anything because I wanted them to have space to cook. I did put in this bar because I believe in the original build, I don't know if they have a bar in the original build. I honestly can't remember, but I thought a bar, because they're into entertaining, I thought a bar would be a smart move. Um, I think here I put that little basket from Seasons that I like to put in my build that I imagine just has extra blankets and things. Like I said, I didn't add too terribly much clutter to the shared living space. And now here I'm kind of working on Darling's bedroom. Again, she's a teenager, so I really wanted to look like a teen lived here. So she's going to have a whole lot of posters on the walls, Void Critter posters, musical artist posters, sports posters, because she is kind of sort of a I'll go with tomboy. I know that's totally not the politically correct term, but she's kind of a tomboy. She sort of likes to go back and forth through her feminine, masculine side. I love sizing down that bear and putting it on her bed. I imagine that she, brought that from her home. I do think Darling's family is still around, but they allow her to move to the city, sort of pursue her dreams and as becoming an artist, and so Akira and Miko watch after her. Of course, the bathrooms are just bathrooms. There's nothing really exciting about a bathroom. Normally, I make bathrooms, if I have multiples, basically mirror each other, but I think I kind of forgot what wallpaper I was using and used a completely different wallpaper in the downstairs bathroom. But here I'm putting down some trophies. I imagine they've won these trophies maybe at, band battle competitions. I think right now, in my cast makeover, I did get them to be signed by a record label. So probably the record company came through and, gave them a little, apartment update, but, to make them elevate them, but they're probably still touring and kind of putting their name out there, so maybe those trophies are from when they were just starting out. I wish you could sort of I wanted to be able to move that mirror that I placed on that wall along the staircase in the middle, but I couldn't because it's separating two wall floors. But here we go, adding some more decoration to Miko's bedroom. And like I said, I imagine that Miko, and maybe even Kira, but Miko especially, is from Sulani, and so I wanted her room to feel like very zen and very islandy, just sort of a place where she goes and kind of, reminisces about being back at home, and just very tranquil. I love this yellow wallpaper. It's base game. It's just very soft, and a lot of times I do use it for kids' rooms or baby rooms because I just imagine it being very calming. I put that picture there because it looks like Sulani, so imagine she might have taken that on maybe her last day in Sulani and just framed it and put it on her wall. There's not a whole lot to the bedrooms. They're kind of small. I couldn't really get good screenshots of them. I did my best, but just enough space to have some of their personal items and to be able to go to bed. I put down that little incense thing on the dresser, the cats and dogs dresser. That the incense is from Spa Day. I'm just about done with Miko's bedroom, just adding a few touches to that, and now I will be moving on to Akira's bedroom, which I did keep with that black and white theme that I said before. I wanted his bedroom to feel very, very light and fresh since he doesn't have windows. One little trick that I did use for his bedroom is I put mirrors along kind of that wall to the right just to make the space feel bigger, and so he doesn't feel so closed off in this room. Like I said, he does have a walk-in closet, but I try to use as much black and white as I could. There's not a whole lot of black and white in the any of the Sims expansion packs, really. So it did take me a minute to find items that I thought that I would like and that I thought that Akira would like. But here I am coming up on the end of the speed build. I hope you enjoy the rest of it. I do have some screenshots and some video tour footage here at the end. But if you do enjoy this video and this build, please give me a happy little thumbs up by pressing that like button. Drop me a comment down below what you like, what you didn't like, where you think I should do my next apartment speed build. And if you haven't already and you're interested, please subscribe to my channel. I post at least 3 times a week. I have cast videos, speed builds, let's plays, all that sort of fun stuff. So again, I hope you liked it. My name is Cece, and I promise never to break your game. Bye.